Trapped in the top five, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Hoosiers will kick it off to get us underway. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. The Cornhuskers offense takes the field. Handoff from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. 3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Complete in the middle. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. The Huskers are on the move. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Looking to get it in. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical? And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times in these goal-to-go situations. 1st and goal. Can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Indiana's offense will get the ball for the first time. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's not going anywhere to start the night as the home team greets their visitors rather rudely. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got it in the middle. It's Algier. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. They're working that left side. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense set on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Skips away from pressure. He's going to take off. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when they were division.
There he goes. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Hoosiers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Hoosiers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. The run from the shotgun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass. He's got it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He shows you all of his ability on that TD.
And he puts through the extra point. They put together an 81-yard drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. That last touchdown drive was surgical. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Huskers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Rushes on him. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Now on the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Cornhuskers will call on their punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll start this drive going to the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First play of the period, first down here. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Got his man quickly. Turning it on. Touchdown, Indiana. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Florida dominated almost from wire to wire. And a game like this makes you harken back to those Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes teams that won it all in 2006 and again in 2008. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to ride this running back.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Give to the single back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Quickly out to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. This time it's complete. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, the ground game. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Now the play fake. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the left. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big target.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on 3rd down, but this is a different deal on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds his big tight end. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
21, Nebraska, 10.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And he's knocked down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that 1st down marker. It'll be 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. The give to the back. Powers through the defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
The play action fake. finds a soft spot. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on 1st down. Slings it downfield. Connection to the right. There he goes. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Hoosiers! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Dan, let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
13.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Fires to the big fella. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. Unleashes it on the run. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it
breaks into the open. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll try to get it through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. The Cornhuskers will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They'll open the second half on the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll try the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. The Huskers will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Hand off from the shotgun. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback making checks. Trying play action. Here's the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Just making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks the way Trev Alberts always did.
Yeah, just finding a guy that can sniff out the quarterback and kind of feel it, have those instincts. You could tell he saw it, went and got it, just like your boy Trev Alberts, Reese.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. Still running at the 40. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The Hoosiers are on the move. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And the Hoosiers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Here's the pressure. Now he's going to glide away from pressure.
Well, that's not Lamar Jackson back there scrambling around. This is a guy the defense felt like if we can get him out of the pocket and flush him, we can get after him and chase him, bring him down. And they did that one pretty easy there, getting a sack.
Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Field goal is good. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll pull it on the read. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Quickly to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cornhuskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Pressure coming. And they get to him, and down goes the quarterback, and you just cannot afford that in this spot. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped right at the 40-yard line, and do they dare try to convert from their own territory on 4th down? The Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. From the gun, running back gets to give. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. The Hoosiers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Algier. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab on the left. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. And the Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking to fire. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. The Hoosiers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Got his man on the right. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Leaves it with the running back. Fighting off the defender. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Turning it on. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the ground with the back. Touchdown, Indiana! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 5 over Syracuse. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff to the lone back. At the 40, there he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Huskers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, running back on the move. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Cornhuskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gives it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll throw on 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Owen. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Huskers look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but
looking for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Hoosiers send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. It'll be 3rd and long.
Let's go.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the 1st down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds a tight end. Nowhere to go, and not much to show for that one.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
Now we'll put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.